Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she try and bless me like I said I chew, like a sneeze. Please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist, no crawling. Went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages are foreign. Menaging, sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did it with Mariah. Lil' I'm on fire, icy as a hockey ring, Philly flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey to rest in peace. Hey to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the park. Hold on, wait a minute.
What's going on, everybody? Sorry for the delay. I'm Rob Odie. I'm in Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. It's Wednesday night. You already know what it is. It's Spotlight 39 live with my guy Brandon Howard. We'll bring him on in just a moment. Before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Turn the notifications on because we're doing this thing weekly. And the next week, make sure you tap in on Tuesday nights because we're bringing back that live film breakdown show. So we'll be joined by, various guests to watch your film, break it down. Real-time feedback. Let's go. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow us across all social media. So let's touch on coverage game last week. Salem versus Bayside, Virginia Beach in the 757. Make sure you check out the YouTube channel. It's got the full, almost 10-minute highlight video. More importantly, if you played in that game, it's a great opportunity. These videos are basically uncut, broke down, so you can screen record and use as an additional piece to your toolbox, man. Let's get you that exposure you truly deserve. So without further ado, let's bring on my guy, Mr. Brandon Howard. How you feeling, sir?
Feeling pretty good. I got to see some of your boys last week.
Yeah, let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about Texas football, right? Obviously I talked about 757 Virginia Beach. We got to see one of our guests last week. We had Ari on the show. Unfortunately, we had some video difficulties, but he was live and in direct, right, for Salem. Accompanied by another 2025 four-star based on the rankings that just came out. His teammate Jalen. So pretty fun game to watch, right? Salem came out on top in a opening away game. So great start. But what about Texas, man? I got to watch it on Flow Sports. So what was it like being there in person, man? You got the ESPN kickoff. You got the Bosco Allen big time, big stadium game. What was your weekend like?
Well, I hate to stir up controversy, but I didn't know Rivals put out a 2025 ranking. Just a thought. But the game was good. Yeah, the game was good. I'd say, I definitely got some good content, and just being able to see some of the guys like, Woodyard and Williams, some DBs that I'd seen earlier in the year, get to actually see them put pads on, for me was good just to see him a little bit. Obviously Woodyard didn't get to play that much, but, Bosco had too much talent for Allen as expected. I mean, they added 4 or 5 4-star plus kids over the offseason. So, for me, it was good just from a recruiting standpoint to be able to see some talent, obviously identify some guys Bama's after. And then, on the flip side, just see a high level of competition. Because last week, I think I hit 4 games. So, same case again this week.
Yeah, man. So do we want to hold it back and we just kind of wait and see where you're going to be? Or do you want to let the people know where we can find you?
It's all good. Thursday will be Rockwall versus Euless Trinity. I may swing by Mesquite Horn and Arlington Bowie, but definitely Rockwall, Heath, and Arlington and and Neil Strandy. And then on Friday, Tyler High versus Tyler Legacy. They changed the names. And then on Saturday, Jones versus Duncanville in the morning, and then in the evening, DeSoto versus brain fart St. Francis.
Wow, that's a few games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And St. Francis, they did their thing last week. They get to come down. That's pretty cool that they're going to be close enough for you to get to see. Hopefully, we get to link up later in the year when IMG comes to Baltimore. Maybe you can make that trip. But yeah, man. So I'm going to pull up the graphic here. I had it queued up on the other screen, so bear with me just a second. Matter of fact, let me go back one, and I just want to touch on the games that we've got coming up here that I'll be covering. So tomorrow night, right, we got Colonial Forge, and I'm going to butcher the name, so I apologize. Tuscarora, I believe it's how it's pronounced. We'll have Fletcher. He'll properly let us know, man. We got two guests from this game on the opposing sides, one from Colonial Forge, one from Tuscarora. So that's super cool. And then Friday night, I got Life Christian out of Richmond and Calvert Hall out of Baltimore. We've got a young man from Calvert Hall on the show. So pretty special. We ready to get this party started, man. We want to bring on the first guest. Is that what we want to do?
Let's do it. Let's hear what they have to say.
Let's see it, man. So hopefully I get the screens right on the first shot. 1, 2, 3. Bang! There he is. My man Hiro. How you feeling? Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Yes, I can see you guys. I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Good deal. So unfortunately, my technology here is failing me, so I'm just going to close that so it's not a distraction. So go ahead, man. Let us know formally who you are, where you're from, graduating class, position, high school, whatever else you want us to know, man. And we're going to have some good conversation, all right?
Okay. So first off, my name is Hiro Carr. I'm from Stafford, Virginia, and I go to Colonial Forge High School. I'm a class of 2023 athlete. I play DB, safety, and also play receiver.
Hold on. What's the positions one more time?
DB, safety, and I play receiver too.
All right. All right. So so let's kick this thing off, man. Let's talk about, we'll start it off with the off season, and then I'll let Brandon kind of feed into the recruiting process, because that's his space. And then we'll kind of tag team the end and see what we get to look forward to, man. So let's start with the off season. What all did you do, right? Were you like many and hit a bunch of camps, go on tour? Walk us through what that looked like to set you up for this coming season, man.
Yeah. So camp wise, I only hit a few camps this year. I wasn't really trying to go to so many camps. I know a lot of schools are very interested and wanting me to come to camps, but we hit two mega camps early in the season in June, where a lot of the schools that recruited me were going to be at. So we did that, performed really well, and was able to get a lot of scholarship offers from that, which is great. Very blessed for that. And then other than that, just really been trying to work and get ready for the season. So a lot of lifting and conditioning, skill specific stuff and things like that.
Okay. Have we worked with any specific trainers or coaches outside of the high school, or what does that look like? Is that you in a garage doing your thing, or you at a training facility?
Right. Usually I like to do a lot of work on myself, but definitely I train a lot with Rock Carmichael.
Oh, shout out to
Former
Rock, right?
DB. Definitely. Shout out Coach Rock. Shout out Coach Rock. And
I like how you say
so
Coach
I've been
Rock
training
too. I
with him
like
a
that.
lot. And then I also train with Coach Wallace, Action Wallace. He does speed training.
Yes,
He's
sir.
a big track guy. And then also Coach KJ, Coach Kevin Johnson. So,
All right. So look, man, you got some good company, right? So
yes, sir.
you put on all that work, right? And you said you were blessed to come out of this all season with a handful of opportunities. Because I think the first time we met, sometime last November, December timeframe, whenever it was, I don't think that was the case, right?
Right. I didn't have any offers at that time.
Hey man, so Brandon, man, do your thing. Dig into this young man's recruiting process. I like it.
Well, first off, the thing that strikes me is that you must be a high academic guy. If you don't mind sharing, what's your GPA?
Currently, I got a 4.16.
I figured, yeah, just based on the offers you have. So, what are schools talking to you about next level? Obviously, you're an athlete, but what's the consensus for next level?
Primarily safety. Schools have talked to me about kind of anywhere at safety, whether it's free, roll down, playing that nickel position, or playing strong, kind of playing that fifth DB and kind of like a 4-2-5. So being able to do that, and taught a few schools about corner, pretty versatile, of an athlete, and long enough, and my range can allow me to play corner too. So
But you feel like long term you'll have your best future at safety or like that nickel position, correct?
yes, sir.
Yeah. So when do you plan on making a decision? Obviously, there's the December time frame, then there's the February time frame, and then there's still time to take visits. What is your game plan for the recruiting process right now?
So yeah, definitely recruiting process is I said definitely been a blessing. God's blessed me with a lot, but so definitely I got some news coming soon. News coming soon. So I'm just keep it at
Yeah. If Rob was smart, he would have got the news on here, right? No, I'm just kidding. He's smart,
that.
Look,
definitely.
man, he knows he's got an open invite when he's ready to share that news. We can have that party right here live on Spotlight 39. Let's do it.
Yeah, it seems like that's something I
Definitely.
should work on for sure. Well, I mean, is there a group that's is standing out for you right now? Maybe you can give us kind of a top group if you don't plan on putting out a top group, but maybe some schools that stand out.
Oh, you said like a top, like if I had a top list.
Well, just some
Just a
schools that are
group of
stand
schools
out,
that
not
are standing
necessarily
out. You don't
in.
have to give a top.
Oh, I feel like I mean to be honest, I know it kind of sounds like not a cliche, but I feel like every school stands out in their own way. I mean, different programs offer different things, whether that's academically or like different programs that they have, and just like I feel like each school, especially, they just have something different to offer. So I feel like every school has a really good opportunity for me, and I feel like I can't really make a wrong decision.
I
So
like.
you're going to make a decision pretty soon here amongst all 18. You don't have anything narrowed down at all. You're just so in love with every school, huh? Okay, great. That's awesome. There's like 15 plus offers, and he loves every school. Rob, you got it.
Good deal. So look, man, like I said, open invite if and when you want to have that party, right? But look,
So
all that hard work led to those blessings, right? But those blessings don't mean anything if you come out here, wet the bed, right? So Friday night lights, well, technically Thursday night lights kick off tomorrow night, right? So
yes, sir.
what do we get to look forward to, seeing from you after all this hard work, man? What are we going to see this season? Give us some bold predictions. Give
Uh,
us some goals.
Definitely, team goal. I feel personal goal too is to get a ring, state championship. I feel like that's the goal we're looking for, and that's the like overall team goal. Is we try to go and win states. And looking things to look for me. I feel like personally, I feel like this year I try to work more on my mental part of my game. So working on being smarter, working on watching more film, breaking down film. So I feel like my level of play, smarter wise, will be better. Obviously, like physical attributes, I got stronger, faster, things like that. I feel like my main thing will be up here in my head, the smart. So the mental aspect of the game.
All right.
And
I'm
also
excited.
physicality, definitely physicality.
All right. Look, we get to see all that on display tomorrow night, right? I got
Yes,
camera in
sir.
hand. I'm gonna
Definitely.
be on the sidelines. I get to see that athleticism in person. Hopefully, get together. Put together some great film for you to take back and throw out there, man. And who knows, man? Maybe you gather some more blessings. Right? Time isn't up yet.
Yes, sir.
But look,
Definitely.
man, we're gonna let you get back to doing what you do. I know you said you had some things going on, and you got a game tomorrow. So take this opportunity and formally show love to everybody that's been in your corner throughout this process, man. And don't just say my mom and dad, my aunt, my aunt. No, shout them out by name, man. Call them out, show them that love. All right.
Definitely. Well, first, obviously, I always want to thank God first because without Him, I'd be nothing. I wouldn't be in the position I am. I'd like to thank my parents, mom, dad, um, Dexter and Sami Carr. They've been through everything with me since day one, and they really held it down. I'd like to thank my brother, Dexter Carr Jr. That's my guy. That's my brother. I love him, and he's been through everything. He's seen me grow from being a little skinny freshman, skinny little eighth grade kid. He's seen me back when I was in my AYF days on youth football. So he's seen it all. He's pushed me. He's worked me. He's got me to where I am, and I wouldn't be here without him. So definitely shout out to him. Shout out to Coach Rock, of course. Been through a lot, and it's great to see kind of where I started from when I was first working with him to where I am at now. Also, Coach Glover too. Shout out Coach Glover with getting the recruits.
There he is.
He always holding it down. We got Coach KJ. Coach KJ, he's been there. We've been training for a while, so definitely he's been great for me, and definitely appreciative of him. Coach Ant, I ran with Coach Ant for a minute too. So that was it's great to see. Um,
You got
I
a
mean, I
laundry
could
list.
really go on forever because there's so many. I feel like there's a lot. I've had a lot of support, and I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. I'm very thankful and blessed to have people with me and around me that are good people and that want to see me grow. So I said the list goes on and on and on. I really could go on. So sorry if I didn't see your name, and I'm thinking of you. Trust me, I'm thinking of you. But
That's awesome, man. So look, if they want to continue to support, right? They know where to find you. Colonial Forge
yes,
hitting
sir.
the road, going to Leesburg, Virginia to play Tuscarora. I hope I'm saying it right. We're about to find out, man, because we're about to bring on the opposing team, right? Mr. Fletcher from Tuscarora, man. So Hiro, I appreciate your time, man. Get back to do what you're doing this evening, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very much for having me.
Yes, sir. See you tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Good deal, man. So that was guest number one, right? He's got something planned. He's got something in the works. Excited to see what happens. Like I said, he's got the open invite, so hopefully he comes back on Spotlight 39 and does that thing, right? But look, let's not waste any more time, right? These dudes have been in the green room. They've been waiting. They've been hanging out patiently. So let me bring on guest number two. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Bang. He's not there. It's all good. We're going to bring on the next guest right here. And I'm going to bring him up. That's what we do right here while it's live. We call audibles, man. He's laid back in the chair, man. Zyir, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can
He
see
is
you.
laid back chilling.
There he is. So look, man, while we got you in 4K, crystal clear HD, we got great audio. Tell the world who you are, where you're from, position, school, anything else you want us to know, man. And then we're going to have a good conversation.
My name is Zyir Danner, for people that don't know it. I live in Baltimore, Maryland. I go to Calvert Hall High School, class of 2023.
Class of 23 Baltimore, man. So let's start with the off season, right? I think you've had a pretty busy one. I think you've had a pretty successful one. But you tell me, man, what all were you involved with? What did you do? Who'd you work out with? And then we'll figure out what that's led to when my man gets to you about that recruiting process.
Yes, sir. Well, first and foremost, I want to shout out to Coach Dan. He helped me a lot through the off season, helped me perfect my craft. And yeah, I went to a lot of camps. Did a lot of with a lot of good schools, a lot of camps like Syracuse, Bryant, Virginia Tech, Maryland. Actually, got my name out there. So
Yep.
I did get those camps too. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you went to a bunch of camps, right? Did you do some
Sure.
personal workouts? Did you work out with a trainer, or did you pretty much just leave it to camping and then recovery?
Yeah, so I did a lot of did a lot of training in the week and then the camp like on Saturday and Sundays. So like preparing for the camp.
All
So that's
right.
what I did a lot. Yeah, and I also had summer workouts with the school as well. And I had a personal trainer outside of that when I had time.
So he's got a little of this and a little of that, Brandon. So all that work this all season, right? Going on tour, doing a bunch of camps, working out. What has that led to? Let's talk about the recruiting process. Let's dig into it, man. I'm gonna leave this to you. I like it.
Yes, sir. Well,
Yeah.
I still don't have any O's yet. I'm still grinding, still working. It's gonna come hopefully this season. You know, hey, that's all I gotta say. I gotta keep grinding. One will come and one will fall, but you still gotta keep grinding.
Yeah, I respect that. I see it says set your goals behind you. So what are some of the goals that you have for you this season?
And for the season, get another chip. That's back to back. Like that's the main goal right now. And also definitely be all conference for my position. And yeah, just mainly right now is just win the chip. Get back to back. That'll be crazy back to back in 2 years.
So what do you feel is the best part of your game? What makes you stand out? I see you seem like you're a former basketball player, so that's definitely a check on my box. What are some things that you do to check coaches' boxes, making you deserving of an offer?
Right now for me, my best attribute is my get off and having a lot of a combination of pass rush moves. That's what I'm really good at. When it's like a 3rd and 11, and it's gonna probably be a pass, I'll probably like get a little bit of pressure, and if not a sack, because I have a lot of pass rush moves. So that's definitely my main attribute.
And then what is the thing that you can work on the most?
You said the thing I need to work on the most.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I need to work on most is probably like when it comes to run plays. I need to know how to like wrong arm better, stuff like that. Like when the play is not a pass, I need to learn how to play those better.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, I
So,
mean, definitely, there's big season ahead of you, right? And the
so
more games you play, the better off you are, right? So, I'll definitely keep an eye on you, and I wish you luck this season.
thank you.
Yeah, man. So speaking of the season, right? What do we get to look forward to? What do I get to see when I make the what is it, probably about 2.5, 3 hour trip to Baltimore, or technically Towson, right? So when I make that
Yes,
trip,
sir.
what do I get to see, man? Because you got them boys of Life Christian coming in from
Yeah,
Richmond, right?
man.
So they're from down the street from me. We got a couple of dudes. You're familiar with a handful of them, right? So what do we
Yes,
get to
sir.
see from you? Friday night when you kick off, but then for the remainder of the season as well.
Hey, premiering the season for definitely Friday night. It's gonna be a good game. It's our second game in the season. We're gonna start off strong. What you're gonna see from me is a lot of, like I said, a lot of pass moves, a lot of sacks, hopefully. You know, but for the rest of the season, he's gonna see a lot of hustle, a lot of hard work, and me progressively getting better as a pass rusher, as a player in general. You know, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. So I get to
So,
see that on display. Like I said, Friday Night Lights. I will be in town, to catch you and the boys of Calvert Hall, right? I get to see QB1 Noah. I had him as a guest on the show, which was pretty cool. I think he's committed to William and Mary.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so D1 quarterback. So I get to see what you guys bring to the table live and direct, as my guy Coach Glove would say, man. So let's take this
sir.
away, man. I'm gonna let you
Appreciate
get
you, sir.
back. Yeah, I'm gonna let you get back to your night. But before you do that, you got to shout out anybody and everybody that's been there supporting you throughout this journey. That's slowly coming to an end, man. It's that last ride, high school football.
I know. I got a very, very long list. But definitely a shout out to my parents, my family. They've been supporting me since day one. What I definitely couldn't do without them. Just kept supporting me. Definitely shout out to Coach Glove and Rock Carmichael. They definitely helped me with the recruiting process and get me in touches with these schools, these camps. Actually, that definitely helped get my name out there. And shout out to Trench Combat Academy, Dan Yarbrough. He helped perfect my craft. Wouldn't be where I am today without him. Also, he definitely helped a lot too. Yeah, that's pretty much so far what I got.
All right. Look, man. So I'm gonna wish you a safe and healthy season. Like I said, I get to see you on display Friday night as part of my fall football tour, man. Super excited to get that coverage. Hopefully, we get some solid plays. Some nice film for you to use, man. But look, you get back to your evening. We're gonna get back to the show and bring on guest number 3, man. I will see you Friday night. All right.
Right.
Good
Peace.
luck.
Thank you.
All right, so look, I accidentally just kicked Fletcher off. So let me shoot him a text message. Let me buy some time, man. What else we want to talk about while we get him back on?
Oh, I feel like I saw a good Duncanville game versus South Oak Cliff
I feel like
last
I
weekend.
saw I feel like I saw that on TV too. That was a pretty solid game. What was
Yeah,
that like
South
in
Oak.
person?
South Oak Cliff just had more than I expected. I thought Duncanville would actually be bigger, more physically imposing, but it was actually kind of South Oak Cliff who was more physically imposing. Duncanville just had bigger names, quote unquote.
Sure.
It was a good matchup.
All right.
And then
So
Jack
look,
football.
we bought enough time, man. We got Fletcher. He's back in the green room, man. Let's get back to this thing. Let's bring on
I'm back on.
guest number 3, who was technically guest number 1. Go ahead, man. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and tell us how to pronounce your school name, because I feel like I'm butchering it.
You actually got it spot on. It's Tuscarora.
My man, I've been practicing.
Yeah.
So go ahead, tell the world who
So
you are, where you're from, graduating class. Look, I need you to include the height and weight, because I took a picture beside this young man in the airport, had to stand on the chair, and was barely at his head. So go ahead.
yeah. So starting off with my height and weight, I'm 6'8", like 325 ish right now. Fletcher Westphal, go to Tuscarora High School, Northern Virginia. Offensive tackle, started playing a little bit of defense this season. So
Uh-oh, I feel like we got mom,
yeah,
or somebody in the corner. Look.
we can see the camera.
She's getting some behind the scenes. I just called her out, but look, man, it is all fun and game, man. So let's do this. Let's talk about the off season, because I had the pleasure of running into you back in, I don't know, I think it was March. At the airport, flying to Atlanta. I'm going there to cover a 7-on-7 tournament. You're going there for other reasons to meet, the coaching staff at Georgia. I think they were on the phone when I, was eavesdropping, right? I had to ear hustle a little bit because I was like, this dude is a monster. Like, if he don't play football, something's wrong, right? So I'm ear hustling a little bit. His pops is talking on the phone. He's talking on the phone. And I was like, look, you play football? And he was like, yeah. And then that's where we're at, right? So then I was like, I got to grab a photo because the height is just, you can say 6'8" until you see it. It's next level. This kid is a monster. And your class of 20 what?
24.
24. So tell us about the offseason, man. Where have you gone? What have you done? What has it done for you? And then, that will very cleanly lead us into the conversation that Brandon would like to have.
All right. I mean, in the off season, besides just grinding every day, working harder in the weight room, it was probably those camps I went to in June and during that spring evaluation period that kind of really boosted me up in my overall recruitment. As coaches were able to come out and see me during that spring evaluation period, and then they were able to see me again. I went to 2 mega camps at the beginning of June, and I went on a few more visits, and I went to Alabama and Auburn for other camps. And I was honored to pick up a bunch of offers from those mega camps at SMU and TCU, and it kind of blows you away.
I can tell, man. 24, and you've got what, probably 20, 30 offers.
I actually picked up my 30th offer today.
And that was who was that?
Louisville.
Louisville. That's right. Flyville, was it Flyville 24? The hashtag that starts officially at midnight, right?
Oh god, yeah, I gotta remember that, yeah, because coaches are allowed to finally text me at
Look, man, just
yep.
phone on silent. You're going to sleep. You'll talk to them tomorrow. You got a big game, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. I'll talk to all of them on Friday.
Good deal, man. So look, I'm gonna let Brandon take this away. He's gonna dig into that recruiting. I'm just gonna sit back and listen.
Well, first and foremost, I do write for Alabama, so the visit is interesting to me. I know you don't have the offer yet, but will you take a visit this year in season?
I don't know. It mainly depends if Alabama reaches out. If they don't, I'll probably end up going to some other games. But it's one of those situations where you got to travel all the way out to Alabama. It's very, very long drive. It's a short flight, but you still have to get the flight. So if they did ask, I wouldn't say no. I've only scheduled 4 games for the entire college football season so far, so I'm pretty open to anything.
How are you enjoying the recruiting process? I'm pretty close with a lot of 2024s, 2025, and so on. But how are you enjoying the recruitment process? You actually strike me as a guy that Georgia would like based on your area, and then also based on a little bit of personality. I can tell you fit a little bit what they do. So who's recruiting you there?
Coach Searles, the online coach there.
Yep, figured. Yeah, and how you feeling about that relationship, and then some of the other relationships you have across the board?
Definitely like that relationship with Georgia. And across the board, I have, and not just 1 or 2 schools recruiting me heavy. I have, I would say more than half of my current offers are kind of recruiting me, super heavy. And we'll see how things go from tomorrow onward. Once the communication kind of once the floodgates kind of open.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what would you say is the best part about the recruiting process, and then what would you say is the worst? And I guess you have to find out the worst part.
The best part is going on all the visits, meeting other recruits, seeing what they've gone through, meeting coaches, just learning about ball, and it's a great experience, right? The actual visits themselves, and I would say, and another great experience is you ask the online coach of any kind of school, a great place to eat. All right, it works every time. I have gotten some of the best food in my life from that. All right.
Oh, you eat good. You eat real good.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then kind of the worst thing, it would almost have to be traveling. During my spring break, originally we were going to go down to Florida, not the school, but we were just in Florida, and we were on vacation. and we wanted to get a Miami visit because we were going to leave out of Miami's airport, go back home. So we're like, yeah, let's see if we can get a Miami visit. And so, like nothing was coming through. We got the Miami visit, and then I had ended up scheduling a Wisconsin visit at the very end of my spring break, right? And right before the spring break popped on, Northwestern had asked for a visit too. So I was like, okay, we're gonna try and make this happen. So we stayed in Florida for our vacation, and we really did not like our hotel or anything. So we left. We went on the Miami visit. Then they offered, and we did not expect it at all because we were kind of like last minute show up type of thing there. We showed up. I got offered. It was amazing, and then we hopped on a plane literally the next morning or that afternoon. It was one or the other. And then we flew up to, I believe it's Chicago, for Northwestern. And on that same day when we landed, I went on the visit to Northwestern. And then from Northwestern, we drove to Wisconsin. And then that next morning, I was on a Wisconsin visit. It was 3 days in a row where it was just nonstop visit. And I mean, the travel is kind of brutal.
And it didn't really slow down, did it?
It really did not slow down from there at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, we ran into each other while you were going to Georgia. I seen we hit Oregon. We had where else have you had a handful of West Coast teams. You kind of hit a little tour, right? I think you hit Stanford and who else did we go to?
Stanford, Washington, and Oregon. Yep, I had a little one in each state. Yep.
Nice, good deal. What else you got for him, Brandon?
Well, I mean, that's good for me. I look forward to catching up with you offline. I think there's definitely some things that we can talk about. And, ultimately, I know you have a big game tomorrow as well. So, good luck in the game. I know the goal is probably to win state, right? And then repeat next year. So it's a pleasure to meet you and I look forward to following up with you.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. So, look, that being said, you had a busy off season, very busy. All that work, all that travel, all that blood, sweat, and tears, man, that comes together tomorrow night, right? Kickoff tomorrow night's your first game as well, correct?
No, it's our second game actually.
So okay, so you kicked off last. Okay, cool. So week number 2 then, right? So you got a little sample size last week. What do we get to look forward to for the rest of the year from Fletcher, right? The big man himself. What are we going to see? Now that you're playing both sides of the ball, what are we going to see, man? And what are some goals?
With defense, for me, it's just get better overall. I mean, I have not been playing defense for that long. Like the little league kind of things. I the only move that I kind of knew was like the elevator open type of move. So just overall defensive development, pursuit on the ball, just anything, right? And then for offense, I mean, it's just, I mean, improve. Finishing is definitely, one of the top things that I've been trying to work on, and just, bring people to the ground every play. I mean, just bury them.
Nice. Good deal. So, look, let's take this opportunity because I get to see you tomorrow night, man. I'm excited. But take this chance. Shout out anybody and everybody that's been there, throughout your process. You still got a little bit more to go, right? You get to finish out this year, come back next year, bigger, stronger, faster. Somehow you're going to grow more. But shout them out, man. Give them some love.
I mean, definitely my parents. They pay for all the travel expenses. I mean, it has been thousands upon thousands of dollars. You can't be a recruit without them. I mean, they're the ones who shoulder all the financial pain of the recruit. And then, I mean, it would definitely be, our whole coaching staff. Coach Toller, head coach, Coach Nita, defensive coordinator, Coach McGinney, O-line coach, fantastic O-line coach, Coach Wake, our work strength and conditioning coach. I mean, he has like a scroll of just certificates and just all of the stuff. I mean, he's next level. Our O-line coach, my kind of like extra work is, we'll go to his house, he'll have some food or something and we'll go over some plays. He sends out videos for like after practice, some stuff that we need to work on. It's a truly a blessing, especially our it's a high school coaching staff, working at this level, putting in these amount of hours is really unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, because unfortunately, we hear the complete opposite in some situations where there's kids with great talent that deserve the opportunity, but they don't necessarily have folks in their corner going to bat for them, doing things that they could be or should be doing as their high school coach, right? So shout out to your entire squad, man. I'm excited to hopefully get to shake some hands and meet some folks tomorrow. You guys got Colonial Forge coming to town. Like I said, I will have full game highlights available by the end of the weekend. And then I've got Life Christian and Calvert Hall on Friday night, man. So it was great meeting you in person. It was great, getting online and chopping it up, man. And I'm super excited to see what you do on the field tomorrow night, all right?
All right.
Good deal, man. So look, you get back to your night, rest up. Don't eat all the mac and cheese. You gotta save some for for the game, pregame meal, right?
I'm pre-game mac and cheese sounds a little crazy to me. That's that's like a stomachache waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good luck, all right?
All right. See you tomorrow night. Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Good deal. So look, that was an interesting show, right? We ran through some technical difficulties. We made through it. Called an audible, brought them on at the tail end. So it was great that we got to talk to all three guests. We had one guest that had pretty much a very wide open recruiting process. And then we had another that had a handful that's got an announcement coming soon. So Hiro, man, again, open invite. Tapping the Spotlight 39. Let's do the thing live. But then we had Zyir, right? Hungry, humble, very deserving of an opportunity. I think he puts together a strong season. I think those blessings will come. So we got a little of this, a little of that, and now we get to do it all over again, right? So I'm going to be in Virginia tomorrow night, in Baltimore, Maryland Friday night, and then you're in pretty much everywhere in Texas, right? You got a little of this, a little of that, which is awesome. I think St. Francis is that the only travel team, or is there
Jones?
Where are they out of? Okay. So all right, so you get a little out of state ball as well, man. So fun times. But let's do this, man. Let's close this thing out. 39 Hearts, like we do every single time. It's the nonprofit. Every strong athlete needs a strong heart. So make sure you tap in spotlight39.com. Check out 39 Hearts. It's the reason why I do everything I do. It's the reason why Spotlight 39 exists. That's my guy, Brandon Howard. He's from Rivals, man. I'm going to get that squared away. No more mess ups. You're not going to call me out next week, man.
I looked at the list myself, so I had 25 headshots on it.
All right. So look, man, we're going to run this thing back next week. That's Brandon. I'm Rob. This is 39 Hearts. I appreciate it.